Greetings to all my tech heads out there in the KevTechify Nation, and if you're new here, welcome. In this episode, we're going to look at the IPv4 Unicast, broadcast, and multicast. We'll be discussing the unicast addresses, broadcast addresses, IP direct broadcasts, and then finally we'll look at multicasts. This episode is part of my series on Introduction to Networks for the CCNA. I'm Kevin here at KevTechify. Let's get this adventure started. Unicast is a communication that goes from one device to another device. It just has two devices, a start and an endpoint. Here in our example, we have a computer. This computer wants to print out a document. What it's going to do is this computer, it's coming from one device, and they're sending this print job here to our network. It's going to hit our switch, and then our switch is going to send it to just one printer. It comes from one place, goes to one place. That is a unicast message. A broadcast is a little bit different. A broadcast, we want to find a DHCP server on our network. And so what we do is this computer starts up, it sends out a broadcast. It goes to the switch, and then that switch forwards out that broadcast to every device on the network except for the port it got that broadcast in on. And so every device on the network will get that broadcast. It's a one-to-many communication method. Multicast is like unicast, except there is a twist to it. Starting off the same, one computer is sending out a message. That message comes up to the switch, and then only the computers that are listening for it, that are part of the service, that have subscribed to it, that said, hey, I want that multicast address, is going to get it. And so it comes up here. It only goes out the ports or connections that the devices want to hear it. The other devices, the router, the switch, this desktop PC over here, doesn't want to hear that broadcast. They don't get that broadcast because that's how a multicast is. A multicast in our world would be like watching a stream, something on Twitch or YouTube Live, where you have one person broadcasting it, creating the stream, and then if you want to watch that stream, you go to the web page, you say, yes, I want to watch it, and it pulls up and it comes up in your browser. That's a multicast. One person to an audience that wants to hear it. It was my pleasure to bring you this wonderful episode on IPv4 Unicast, broadcast, and multicast. If you like this episode and you got value out of it, please click that like button, give a 5-star rating, leave a comment. This all helps me bring you more great content. Please take a minute to subscribe to my channel. All my socials and contact information are on my website, KevTechify.com. There you can find out how to get all these episodes in video and podcast form. In the upper right is my playlist for my series on Introduction to Networks for the CCNA. In the bottom right is one of my favorite videos that I picked just for you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of my series on Introduction to Networks for the CCNA. Once again, I'm Kevin. This is KevTechify. I'll see you next time for another great adventure.